Hi everyone, I'm Jackie, and today in this video, I will be covering the must-know math for the SAT, Advanced Linear Equations. So all of these questions you will see in this video, they have appeared on official past practice exams. The concept in these videos, it appears on every single SAT exam, so I would make sure that you know how to solve all of these problems. So let's jump in. Video, try to solve it, and then look at my resolution. Um, because I think that will be good. Okay, so let's jump in. So first here, in the given equation, Q is a constant. The equation has no solution. What is the value of Q? Okay, so whenever I see no solution and I recognize that there is a linear equation happening, that leads me to believe this is a parallel line, and parallel lines always have the same slope. So a really simple way to solve this would just be to take our original equation, do and move the 9x to the other side. And what I'm seeing here, like y equals mx plus b, remember the coefficient in front of x, that refers to the slope. So in here, this would be the slope, and on the right-hand side, this would be the slope. And then I just have to do that 24q is equal to 9. Divide each side by 24, so 9/24 is equal to Q. Remember to always put the most simplified version on your answer key, so 3/8. An alternative would be 0.375. So both of these are acceptable, winning answers. Okay, so make sure you know no solutions. This is tested on almost every single SAT exam. I think you might see it on the December SAT. Worth knowing. Okay, continuing our journey. So this one, very similar to the previous one, except it says in the given system of equations, W is a constant. This system has infinitely many solutions. What is the value of W? So again, I recognize there's two linear equations provided. Infinite means that they are the same line, and the same line always has the same slope and same y-intercept. So always for these ones, the first thing you want to do, as mentioned, in my previous videos, that you always want to rearrange in terms of y. So let's do that for the first equation. For example, it'll be 33y is equal to negative 45x minus 159, and then divide everything by 33. So this would be 45x over 33 minus 159 over 33. And to make our life simpler, let's go ahead and simplify it. So here, everything's divisible by 3. So this could simplify to y equals negative 15/11 x. And also here, simplified, dividing by 159 by 3, that's 53. And 33 divided by 3, 11. Okay. So now, same for our second equation. Put everything in terms of y. So 11y equals negative 2wx minus 53, divide everything by 11. So I have negative 2wx over 11 minus 53 over 11. And then just looking at my two equations, I see the y-intercept checks out. It's the same. And therefore, the slope also must be the same. So now I'm just going to take the two equations, or sorry, the two coefficients in front of x, which is slope. Remember from y equals mx plus b, right? Slope. Okay. And then their slopes are the same, so I must set them equal to each other. So negative 215, 2w. And then we can cross multiply. So like negative 165 is equal to negative 22w, and then divide everything by negative 22. And that will give me positive 7.5 for w, and that would be our correct answer. Oh my goodness. Wasn't it amazing? Okay. Okay, so these ones also appear on every single SAT exam for the most, well, almost. Which system of linear equations has no solution? So remember, no solution means that the lines parallel lines, which means that they have the same slope. Important, y-intercept needs to be different. And that's gonna be a trap. The answers that do not have a different y-intercept. So important component. So A, because if you look at A, I can be like, oh, I can multiply everything here by -1. And this becomes, negative 5x plus 9y equals -8. And I can be like, oh my goodness, the slope is the same. No, it's exactly the same line, same line. It's infinite solutions. So A is definitely a trap. Always look out for these. When there's the same slope, same y-intercept, it's infinite solution. So go ahead, discard option A. Also, I'm doing a quick scan of the answer choices, and when I look at C, it's exactly the same. If I multiply everything here by -3, I get that it is -15x plus 27y equals -24. So again, we have infinite solutions. So it's most certainly must be option option B or D. Okay, so B to I would prefer to just put them in terms of y equals mx plus b so we can see clearly the slope. So example, this would just be -9y equals -5x plus 8. When we simplify, it becomes y equals positive 5/9x minus 8/9. And this line here, I'll put over here, be 10y equals -6x plus 9. Divide everything by 10, so y equals -6/10. I can stop there because I can see the slopes aren't equal to each other, so can't be B. Therefore, our winner must be option D. And I mean, this one you could see clearer because I can just multiply everything by, or imagine too, like if I divide this by 2, this would simplify to, well, let's divide it by -2. So it'd be -5x um, plus 9y, but it's equal to -8. So if I were to rearrange it, which I'm just going to do it for learning purposes here, this would be 9y equals positive 5x plus 8. So I get y is equal to 5/9 x plus 8/9. And this one here rearranged, same thing. 9y equals 5x minus 8. And so y is equal to 5/9 x minus 8/9. They do have a different y-intercept. And I can see that the slopes are indeed the same. So therefore, can safely choose option D. But just be careful with these ones. Do not choose the infinite solutions value. Okay, another classic. So just for those of you that are deep into the SAT math, this one might not be super challenging. However, it is considered hard and they are on almost every single SAT exam. So if the given system of equations, P is constant, if the system has no solution, what is the value of P? So remember, no solution, linear equation. Again, it's parallel lines, and parallel lines always have the same slope. And for this one, I'm going to rearrange everything in terms of y. So this would just be 14/8 y is equal to 5/8 x plus 4/7. And this one here, I'll rearrange here. This would be like py is equal to 5/4 x, and then would be 5/4 x minus 8/4, which is just 2. And then, okay, so d. And then divide everything by p. So this would just be y is equal to 5/4 px minus like 2/p. And then also here, I should simplify, multiply everything by the reciprocal. So, but I'm really only going to concern myself with the slope here. So this would be 40. And then 14 times 8 over 112, which I can reduce everything by 8 again, which seen more clearly, I could just like cancel the 8s. This is just y is equal to 5/14 x, plus 4 7s times 8 times 14. Okay, so then slopes, now I just take the two slopes, 5/14 is equal to 5/4 p. And then this would be, 20p is equal to 70. So p's equal to 7/2 or 3.5. And that's the answer. How amazing. So just be sure that you feel really confident with these problems on the exam. Remember, they're on almost every SAT exam. So know them, love them, and know what to do when you see them on the exam. Okay. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we could have a question like this. So in the given equation, s and r are constant and s is greater than 0. If the equation has infinitely many solution, what is the value of s? So remember, I already established infinite solutions. If they're linear, that means they have same slope, same y-intercept, aka they're the same equation. Okay, so then, so I would say like first, just simplify this, divide everything by 4. So become 3x plus 7 minus 7 over, or s 13ths is equal to r x minus 8. I'm gonna go ahead and expand though. So this would be Rx minus 8R. Okay, why am I doing that? Because I can see that the 3 would correspond to R. So then it's like, okay, so R for sure equals 3. So then I can put this in here, and this would be like equals to -8 times 3, -24. So basically, I'm going to say -24 will be equal to the other part of the equation, which would be 7 minus s over 13. This is an s. Don't confuse it with a 5. So then I'm just going to do -s over 13 is equal to subtract, 24, minus 7 is a -31, and then multiply each side by 13. So negative s is equal to -403. And then just multiply each side by -1, d. So positive s is equal to 403. So that would be the answer, 403. So wasn't that amazing? Okay, so example, -5x plus 15rx is equal to 30 or 135. Okay, important. Equation has no solution. It's a linear equation. So no solutions means that they're parallel lines. Because parallel lines never intersect, they have no solution. And this means that their slopes are equal. So
there's two ways to go about this, but if you're really good with linear equations and this concept, I can just take the given equation and move the negative 15x plus 135. And then I can see their slopes must be equal to each other, right? So that would mean that negative 5 is equal to negative 15r because I'm referring to y equals mx plus b linear equation. So the ones with the coefficient x here, or like x in front of the coefficient, will be the slope. And then I just have to set negative 5 is equal to negative 15r divided just have a negative 15. And then 1/3 would be equal to r. And that's the answer. Alternative way would also be like, when would an equation have no solution? If the two sides of the equation don't equal each other, they give an impossibility. So I could have also have been like, okay, so negative 5x plus 15 rx equals 135. I can factor out the x, do 15r minus 5 equals 135. And then I can set it equal to 0. Negative 5 plus 15r equals 0. And then that would give me r equals 1/3 as well. So same thing. And like basically, if I went in and plugged in 1/3 for r, it would tell me that 0 is equal to 135. That's impossible. That's a non-solution. Personally, I prefer this way, and that's the answer. Okay. And then, oh my goodness, let's look at this classic. One of the equations in the system of two linear equations is given, n is a positive constant. The system has no solution. Which equation could be the second system of the equation? Parallel lines, and therefore they have the same slope. Okay, so I mean, first thing I would do personally is to rearrange the equation. I would put everything in terms of y in slope-intercept form, so y equals mx plus b. And this would give me, so for example, negative 31 is equal to negative 31x plus 62n. Divide everything by negative 31, and I get that it's x minus 2n. Okay, so like I'm looking for the same slope, but there should be a different y-intercept. So looking at the answer choices, like I know if I move this over to the other side, it will be negative, and then I'm going to be dividing by positive 3, and I can't have a negative slope. It needs to be positive. So I'm going to eliminate the ones with, it's got to be A or D. Okay, so then let's look at A. If I rearrange A, this will become negative 3y is equal to negative 3x plus 6n. Divide everything by negative 3, so y is equal to positive x minus 2n. Which this is, looks good here. However, this is infinite solutions. Be very careful with these ones because usually one of them, it's a trap, and is infinite solutions. Infinite solutions means they're the same exact line, so they have same slope and same y-intercept, which is not what we're looking for. I'm looking for no solution. Okay, so therefore it must be D. But just to show, negative 3y equals negative 3x plus 3n. Divide everything by negative 3. So I get that x minus n. And then I have same slope, but different y-intercepts. And therefore, D is our winner. Isn't that amazing? Okay, and then final Moses question was this one. So line J is defined by the equation 4x plus 5y equals 55. Line K, so this is line J. Line K is parallel to line J,
and has the equation 24x. So 24x plus ry equals 15. If line k passes through point 0b, what is the value of b? Okay, so if you've been practicing law for the SAT, you've probably come across very similar problems. So first things to note in this problem, one, parallel lines always have the same slope. So what I always do in these equations is I first rearrange everything in terms of y. So y equals mx plus b. Let's do that. So here, everything put into slope-intercept form would be -4/5 x plus 11. And then let's do the same here. So this would be just ry is equal to -24x plus 15. Divide everything by r. So y is equal to -24 over r x plus 15 over r. Okay, so remember, parallel lines, I'm going to write here, parallel lines have the same slope. So that means I can take their slopes and I can set them equal to each other to determine what r is. I know I'm not asked for r, but this will come in handy. So -4/5 is equal to -24 over r. So -4r is equal to 24 times 5, -120. Divide everything by -4. And this will give me that r is equal to 30. Okay, so if r is equal to 30, let me go ahead and plug that in because that will also be for here. And so this will, I'm asked for what the value of b is, so I can see what it is, but just to show all the steps, so this would be the slope, it's -24 30th x plus 15 over 30. But just to be safe, I want to get what the point 0b is. I'm asked for b, so I can just substitute that in. We can see this will be multiplied by 0, and I'll be left with b, which is equal to 15 over 30, which reduces to 1/2 or 0.5. And that is the answer for that question. So super important, remember that parallel lines have the same slope.
Okay, amazing. I hope you enjoyed this video compilation of advanced linear equations. And like, rate, subscribe, share with your friends if you like this video and the channel. Your support means the world to me. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.